This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
If I've done the best I could, remember me. If I've done the best I could, remember me. If I've done the best I could, accept me in your kingdom if you would. If I've done the best I could, remember me, Lord. If I've served humanity well, remember me. If I've served humanity well, remember me. Oh, if I've served humanity
Good yawning this morning and welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, your station for fresh news, smart talk all day. It is Friday, the 12th of May, 2023, and you are on the clock with Erin Greene. On the clock, we engage organizations, institutions, social and cultural leaders, and ordinary people to better understand private sector development and emerging social and consumer trends. On the clock, we have conversations that help us understand and navigate a rapidly changing Bahamas. It's a Sports Friday with Eric Sawyer, and Mr. Sawyer, I think, is on his way into the studio. If he is not already here, I can't wait for him to get here. There is tons of NBA playoff talk we have to get into. This has been an exciting season and playoff so far, and we're going to get into it. Let's get to some quick news. The Bahamas falls to Mexico. Remember, Bahamas is hosting the CONCACAF 2023 Beach Soccer Championships at our very own Malcolm Park Beach Soccer Stadium in Nassau, Bahamas. In a battle of the two unbeaten teams in Group B. So going into this match, Bahamas was unbeaten and Mexico was unbeaten. Mexico edged out the Bahamas 5-4 to win that group. The Bahamas finished in second place in that group with 4 points and will have a showdown against Panama in the quarterfinals on Friday. That's today. So if you can get to the stadium to support Team Bahamas, the men's national beach soccer team, you must get out there. The match starts at 6 p.m. And listen, the Bahamas, they put up a great game. Mexico's goal scorers were goalkeeper Gabriel Macias, Diego Martinez, and Jose Vizcarra, right? But the Bahamian scorers, we had 4 scorers. They were Wood Julmus, James Thompson, Gary Joseph, and Kyle Williams. Now remember, admission is free for the entire tournament, and this is the third time in 10 years the Bahamas is hosting the CONCACAF Beach Soccer Championships. Let me show you why. I appreciate this, right? This is a part of growing soccer in the country, but this is a part, I think, of the sports tourism package and what the Football Association is attempting to do also, not just win games, but to show the world that the Bahamas can be a host, right, for major international competition. We got the beds, we got the rooms, we got what we need now is the spectator culture, because that's a massive part, right, of a sports tourism product. You got the spectator culture, which is driven in part by merchandising, right? You got to get your merchandise out there. It's driven in part by social engagement. Get to the children, because children need parents to take them wherever they need to go. And so we say to the Bahamian team, we're going to be cheering you on at 6 p.m. today as you go up against Panama in the quarterfinals of the 2023 CONCACAF Beach Soccer Championships at the Malcolm Park Beach Soccer Stadium right here in New Providence on Friday. Another quick story, Duncombe Roach win national triathlon titles. Already set to represent the Bahamas at the Commonwealth Youth Games this summer, Lonnie Duncombe and Cammie Roach powered their way to win the Bahamas Triathlon Association titles at Goodman's Bay on Sunday. I remember early in the year, I had my finger on the pulse. Lonnie Duncombe, this young man is someone to watch. He is obviously, he's got track on his belt. He's also branched out. He tried to qualify for Carifta Track and Field, and I'm not sure. I think he may have qualified for the swim, Carifta Aquatics. But then remember, you think it's rough to qualify. It's even rougher to get a spot on the team when you recognize how many swimmers qualify and compete at the highest levels of competition. So the final Carifta Triathlon qualifier and the Carifta team will be ratified at a later date. The association also hosted its aquathlon, and I want you all to understand, this is the first time I'm actually seeing this word, right? But this is a part of growing the culture of appreciation for sports, which is which is necessary if you are focusing on a sports tourism platform. So let's spell that word. It's AQUATHLON. That's how it was printed in the paper. And I can be honest with you, it just struck me that that's a word that I have just learned. Aquathlon. Championships Day on Saturday. The final Carifta qualifier for that event is set for later this month. Lonnie Duncombe, who trains on Grand Bahama, said he was happy to finally get the win. The Goodman's Bay course is the same course that will be used for the upcoming Carifta Triathlon and Aquathlon championships. In the women's category, Cammie Roach came out on top to secure the national title. And the final qualifier for the, maybe there was a typo, Aquathon is the beautiful Bahamas Aquathon on May 20th at the Betty Kelly Kenning National Swim Complex. And I say to all those swimmers out there, y'all put it down. Y'all do your best. Y'all always make us proud. You always make us proud. Another quick story. Bahamian judo athletes excel in qualifiers. Bahamian judo athletes Daniel Strawn in the 90 and Alexander Strawn in the 100 kilogram category and Xavier Johnson, 66 kilogram category, recently competed in two major tournaments. Quote, we had different goals for each team member. Daniel and Alexander, age 20, were trying to qualify for the CAC, Central American and Caribbean Games, and gain some Olympic points for the Pan American Games, while Xavier, who's only 16, you'll pause for a second, because I've read story after story about Xavier Johnson's success as a judoka, and this young man is only 16 and still a cadet. So Xavier was testing the waters to see if he was ready for an Olympic run, said Darcy Raming Sr., president of the Bahamas Judo Federation. Both of the Strawns have unofficially qualified for the CAC Games. Xavier lost to multiple Pan-American medalist Ulysses Mendez, a 21-year-old from Mexico. So he only lost to one person who is a multi-medal holder. We say congratulations to Xavier, congratulations to Daniel and Alexander Strawn. Way to go. I'm having a great time with today's show. because last night at the event hosted by the School of Social Sciences for the 50th Independence Golden Jubilee celebrations, one of the speakers on my panel, Dr. L. Fritz from the University of the Bahamas, gave a presentation on a panel about community building community building equity on sports and the nation construct and national identity. It was a fantastic presentation. And one of the things he did was he highlighted, I think, the number of sports being played in the country. And sometimes things are so good. I understand the government's perspective or its policy position taking on sports tourism as another plank of tourism, right? It's beautiful. It's awesome. We have so many sports. We actually have so many sport cultures embedded throughout the archipelago, throughout the Commonwealth. But then you reach a point when you have to decide which sports you focus on. Which areas, arenas, pun intended, do you divert resources to? And how do you make those decisions? And who makes those decisions? And should there be consultation wider than cabinet, wider than the ministry, wider than the sports federation? Should the consultation stretch all the way out to the Bahamian people? We talked a bit about the national sport and young people's attitudes, I think, around the construct, the idea of a national sport. And let me tell you, it's a very interesting conversation. We need to continue it because the national sport is a part of your national identity, and it's sort of driven by collective and individual, like perspectives on collective and individual identity. And although, we've chosen sloop sailing, I say we as if I was a part of the decision, as our national sport, despite the fact that the vast majority of Bahamians do not participate in it, they don't play it, and many of us don't participate as spectators. But I say have no fear, because you look to a country like the UK, Great Britain. I know somebody was going to say, you should have said God save the king there. And I just want to say, if you say to me, God save the king, I'm going to ask you from what? Anyway, back to the point I'm making. Great Britain, cricket is their national sport. Cricket. But it's obvious that soccer, football, is the most popular sport in Britain. That's given. That's a given. It's obvious. Soccer, football, that's the most popular sport. But cricket is still UK's national sport. So for us, we're going to have a hard time determining where resources should be diverted, considering we play so many sports, not just play them, but we've established them as a part of our sporting federations, right? Our sporting space. We have so many athletes that are competing at the highest levels internationally, right? In global competition. So how do we determine where the resources should be diverted? I mean, how many people knew that we even had a Carifta triathlon? Or did we have athletes that are competing at the highest level? There's just so much. I got a text here. Dear texter, I'm gonna read the text. I'm kind of waiting for Mr. Sawyer because I know he's excited to talk about the NBA. Some questions put on the table. Will Durant ask for a trade? If the 76ers lose Game 7, will Doc be fired? And will DeAndre Ayton be out of Phoenix? Boy, those are some good questions. I think Durant is a real team player. I don't think he's going to ask for a trade if they don't win this first round. He just got there. He ain't even been there for. I don't think he's even been there for a full season, or even a full half a season. And so I don't think he's going to ask for a trade. That's a good question. Will Doc be fired? And I want to get my answer out there before Mr. Sawyer joins the conversation, because he think he's the only one to know about NBA basketball. He isn't. Pardon, sir?
Give me a scoop. Go on. Tell me what you got to say.
I don't think Durant is going to ask for a trade. Like I was just saying.
Oh, no.
He just got there.
Nuh-uh.
He
He asked
hasn't
for a
been
trade.
there. He hasn't been there long enough for anybody to blame him for anything.
What I don't like is the lack of flack for what he did last night.
What did he do?
He couldn't hit the ocean if he was standing on the shore last night. They're supposed to be the Slim Reaper. They're supposed to be the guy that can hit any shot from anywhere.
Yeah, he didn't show up.
He didn't show up. That would have been one LeBron James. Oh, he ain't no leader. He ain't no king. That's
Yeah.
who y'all
Why
calling
he keep
king.
hogging the ball
Why
and he
keep
know he
hogging the-
can't hit right
blah,
now?
Blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. We'd have had a run on out of this world from the likes of ESPN. Come right down, the fellas under the tree eating breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
We'd had a run on and a run out. Oh, that could never be Jordan. Oh, well, that could never be Kobe. Kobe had the most misses in NBA history.
In fact,
so
some of that run up.
let's just leave that right there. You know,
Yes. Some
and
of the-
LeBron is so great. He's a small forward being compared to two shooting guards.
Yeah.
These fellas was paid money to shoot the ball. LeBron is so great as a small forward that he's being compared to these fellas. But we don't have that discussion. We never want to talk about
But
that.
listen, that is a part of his.
Good morning, by the way.
Yes, good morning, sir. That's a part of his portfolio. The idea that he's playing out of his position all the time, leading the team from small forward like a point guard.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is. Okay, if the 76ers lose Game 7, are they going to fire Doc?
No, but I do believe that, and it's looking more and more like unless Steph have another monster game, and the Warriors should be beaten tonight because Andrew Wiggins has
Why are you trying to hurt my feelings like that so early in the morning?
Andrew Wiggins has something wrong with his knee, something torn.
He's
in the knee.
injured?
Yeah.
From the most recent game?
Yeah, left costal cartilage fracture.
Oh, that sound expensive.
Yeah, so this is questionable for right now. But if he does not play, because he plays without fear. If he does not play tonight, the Warriors should be beaten. And if they are beaten, I think Steve Kerr is gone. Strange enough.
How could they fire Steve Kerr?
Why not? They fired Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson built the Warriors. Steve Kerr changed nothing. He added one word, and the word was shoot. Because the defense is what Mark Jackson hangs his hat on. He built that team.
Yeah.
As a defensive-minded team when they're ready.
Kerr just hasn't performed. He just hasn't brought.
They just need a new voice in the locker room, I believe, because from the incident that started the season, the punch to Poole from Green, they ain't been the same.
Look here, if this was the Lakers, we would have said LeBron is the problem. LeBron can't lead the team. Who is the leader on the court of the Golden State Warriors?
Steph.
So it's his fault.
Yeah.
The buck
but-
stops with him.
Yeah, the buck starts and stops with him.
But ain't
because
nobody getting rid of him.
Nobody getting rid of. No. You get rid of Steph. Now you asking for problems. You asking for the whole league to say, what?
Yeah.
They get rid of Clay or Dre before they get rid of Steph.
But I think the real embarrassment, and I can use the word embarrassment, the real embarrassment is letting the Lakers come back from the depths of the Western Conference
Yeah.
and beat you.
Yeah, well, I mean, they finally have a team that's playing cohesively. That's all it is. A team that understands the goal and the stakes.
So the best play Westbrook made this year was not kick up a fuss when LeBron made it absolutely clear that he need to go.
That's correct.
Yeah. What's
Don't kick up a
next for
fuss.
Westbrook?
And he all about looking for a ring. He ain't getting no ring.
Westbrook?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
If the
still trying
Lakers
to.
win?
Hold on, he's still trying to play,
He's still trying to get a ring from the Lakers if the Lakers win the championship this year.
but he's no longer okay.
Yeah, he was traded away. When you're traded away, you don't like. I mean, if you were injured,
Yeah,
during
and you
the
sit the
course,
bench and
right.
you don't play for the playoffs.
Right, you still
and
get
the
a ring.
Yeah, but you're no longer a part of the team.
you're no longer part of the team. So what you running on for?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a ticker tape in my mind as well. When you go to the game, there's a ticker tape. I have a ticker tape in my mind, and sometimes things just flash by it. Last question from the texter. Look how you throw in another question right there. Will Ayton be out of Phoenix? I am very disappointed in DeAndre Ayton's performance this season.
It was said this morning by Stephen A. Smith that the Suns need to tell DeAndre to go home to the Bahamas and sit there and wait until we tell you we trade you to another team.
That's what Stephen A. Smith said?
This morning.
The Stephen A. Smith?
The Stephen A. Smith
That's
said this morning.
ESPN?
Yeah.
That's why there's Stephen A. Smith. You almost had your visa revoked just now. I mean, we could appreciate the critique. I can appreciate the critique, but that's a little harsh. DeAndre, you got these people talking about you out there?
Already.
Don't mind that I already tell you need to come to the Bahamas and go spend a weekend with your Grammy, so she could inspire you once again.
He just needs to learn to play bigger and understand, listen, as big as I am still agile. I'm young.
Yeah.
And move as such. He really could be, I don't know.
He could be a Durant man.
He could shoot free throws as a big man, as a center. That is a unheard of skill.
Yeah.
Shaq couldn't shoot no free throw. As good as he is, he couldn't shoot no free throw.
Well, listen, I read the article focusing on DeAndre, an interview with him. And in the interview, he said that he debriefs, he de-stresses, he spends his time playing video games. But this young man have a child.
And that ain't it. What you doing playing video games as a man with a child?
And a whole basketball team.
Video game?
Right. And you're not playing one of those high-tech video games designed for players so they could, sort of practice their head game.
I haven't played video games since college, and that was only because maybe it was raining outside, so you couldn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. Shoot.
DeAndre, we need you. Well, how did he get injured? Because I didn't follow this. My heart is too soft to watch DeAndre get beat up like that.
Yeah, he got bruised in the ribs. It was a rebound play. It was a bang play. It's just what happens. Just got an elbow. And
he sat on the bench.
He was stretched out. When your body is kind of stretched out and elongated. You're not expecting
it could be a
so
rough
he didn't
hit.
brace for it. Just a hit.
Because Wiggins.
That's what it is. Wiggins.
Mm-hmm. That boy tear. You know how difficult it is to tear cartilage.
Yeah,
fracture cartilage.
Very difficult.
Anyway, DeAndre, we're giving you a hard time, but you know why? I could imagine the hard time these other boys are giving you, will continue to give you.
We expect more from you, DeAndre.
Yeah, you got to get your head.
And you have the potential for it.
And then look at the optics. I'm looking at this picture of him in today's Tribune. But a picture of him on the bench, I think at last night's game. He looked like he 12. I don't understand how the handsome man. He's a handsome man.
Tall fella too, As tall as I am, I look at him and say, wow.
But he still look like he have on his baby face.
Yeah. Hopefully it gets better.
Now, Mr. Sawyer, I have a very rudely worded text here. I just wanted the texter to hear that in case they didn't understand. They say, do your research when you talk about video games. They contribute to mental clarity and relaxation. Their texter, I don't think...
That is true, but when you're being paid millions of dollars to play the sport of NBA basketball, you don't have time. You shouldn't have time. You go and pop in a CD and listen to water running over a brook. Listen to waves crashing on a shore. You don't have time to sit down and play video games. None of that is going to help your basketball IQ.
Not just that.
That's all we're trying to say.
A child and you have an NBA career. You should not ever have enough time.
But listen, at 35,
for video games.
At 35, if you play your absolute best, you still have to retire from the league. At 35 years old, you now have 40 years plus to play as much video game as you want.
Absolutely.
You have about 10 years in the league if you play it at maximum potential. Yeah. Most fellas don't go past 10 years. I don't care how good you is.
Yeah. Yeah, you could.
Man. No excuses. No excuses.
In fact, you perhaps have missed the window. This is your audition for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's all.
When you were no longer viable for the NBA, you could play for the rest of your playing career in Europe as a superstar.
Exactly.
I mean, you go into Asia
This is generational wealth we talking
and
about,
be a
man.
boss.
Playing video game. Nobody gets time to sit down and play no PlayStation. You crazy?
Anyway, it's a great introspection. I think our younger athletes need to hear that.
Yeah, man, you only
as
have a
well.
couple of years to make this money.
Right, to
Get the bag, secure the
to
bag.
maximize your potential, your
Exactly.
kinetic, right? And then to network and get on a team and perform.
Boy, listen to me. Father Time is undefeated. And when Father Time come for you, no matter the position that
Yeah.
you play, no matter the sport that you play, you can't play it no more. Jack Nicklaus, best golfer in golf history. Can't play golf no more.
Not just that, half
Tiger
y'all don't know
Woods.
his name. Yeah, Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods got to wear mom shoes to protect his, to keep his feet
Afraid to keep
comfortable.
his feet comfortable, all right?
Right. Yeah, man.
So Father Time is undefeated, so while you have the ability to make the money, maximize it. Playing game. Boy, no boy.
And maximize
Uh-uh.
every potential
Mm-hmm.
opportunity. It's your performance here that sets you up for
Life.
and play in Europe and Asia in later years. Anyway, Texter, I don't know if that was toxic masculinity.
Wait,
And
wait,
if it
listen
is,
to me.
maybe I got to stop it too.
Listen to me. Sitting down playing video game while fellas giving you a 6-figure check every 7 days is not cool.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
They're giving you a 6-figure check every 7 days.
Yeah. In fact,
You know-
all of the Bahamas say right now, sir, if you need me to come to work with you, I will be
bruh.
there.
Wait, bro, you know how hard it is that
It's
only
like-
about 50 to 20% of the Bahamas making 6 figures a year.
Exactly.
A year.
There's a video of Buddy in the States at training camp, preparation for the season. He was getting his hair done, or maybe it was the season before. He was getting his hair done by a braider. He's getting it braided. The braider was a family member, I think, flown over from the Bahamas to come do his hair, or visiting
Yeah.
and was just doing
Yeah,
his hair,
yeah,
and they
yeah.
captured it. That's the type of support
You need it all
you
times.
give people. You need and you give people.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how your presence in the NBA can help you. You don't have to hand out checks to people, but you'll be surprised the opportunities
that you
can
would have
create.
afforded for them.
Yeah, by just being there. I see we got a caller on the line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. Good morning, Sawyer. Good morning, Erin.
Morning.
Morning, how you do?
Yeah, when you play, I know coaches do watch video of different players,
Yeah.
but I know about a video game.
And this is what I'm saying. That's what we're saying.
That's what we saying.
He could be there watching video of games.
Right, watch your play. Watch what you didn't do. Watch how you didn't roll.
Watch
how
other
you
players.
could roll better.
Yeah.
Right. But I just want to say my Miami Heat team look good. I'm concerned, I can be honest, about Miami Heat. I'm concerned when they meet Boston.
You certain they can meet
You
Boston?
certainly can beat Boston just because Boston won last night.
Yeah, man, they can meet Boston, man. Why?
We'll see.
Watch tonight. Watch the game tonight. And think about me when I say that, Sawyer boy.
We'll see.
We could win that. But my only concern, Boston is look like they might, I know Sawyer would agree with me. They champion material.
Yeah,
Well,
of
but
course.
nobody denies that Boston
Of
is
course.
championship material.
Uh-huh.
That's why we got this attitude. I still Harden have to prove himself. I don't care.
Yeah, last night's game.
And Harden was in the class with Westbrook.
I
Talking
think
about DeAndre. DeAndre need to come to Miami, man, and make him a ring. Buddy Hield need to come to Miami to get a ring.
Why? How do they? How do
we make them? We make.
Heat culture for somebody like Aiden would do well, but I don't think it'll do well for Buddy because their system ain't one that's predicated on the 3-point shot, and though he can drive, though he does have a nice mid-range game.
I
He
just want
takes
to
a
get a
lot of
ring for
threes.
him. You can sit on the bench and get a ring. You just want a ring. Like you mentioned, sit on the bench, you get a ring.
They have to pay him to sit there though.
Yeah, I mean,
Buddy and
Yeah.
DeAndre?
But
But-
both,
Yeah.
they got to pay him fellas.
but the pay don't be that high. We could afford him.
Oh no.
You think we
Oh.
can't afford Buddy by now? Or we think Buddy wait?
Buddy last contract was $109 million in it.
Yeah, Yeah.
No,
you're
no,
right.
sorry, no, I think 98 million, something like that. The point is, nearly $100 million. You have to get rid of Kyle Lowry. You have to
Yeah,
get rid
we-
of Duncan Robinson.
You're right. We ain't doing that.
Okay then.
We got enough, Bill.
Okay then.
What you think's gonna happen to DeAndre this next season?
I think, I don't know, DeAndre come, we need, do you think we can use DeAndre Sawyer, boy?
Who the Heat?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
If DeAndre plays that nice bully, well, he'll learn to play bully ball in Miami.
Right.
He'll learn that quick because people like UD can come back just to tell him how you bully fellas in the post.
You need to learn how to rough up. You need to get rough up so he could learn how to rough up.
That's a
Yeah, exactly.
Bring DeAndre to Miami, man.
All right.
We can use him. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah,
Yeah, man,
man.
you
Thank
too.
you much.
All right.
Now, Pumpkin need to ask you a question. When he asked you the question, I thought he was asking you this, right? He's asked you, can we use DeAndre? So I looking at the back fold, the back page of the main section of today's Nassau Guardian. You must pick it up. Story, the Bahamas gets another chance to qualify for Paris 24. Team placed in Pool A with Panama, Argentina, and Cuba in Olympic pre-qualifiers. The road to the Olympics is still active as the team was drawn into Group A. Pre-qualifying tournament set for August 12th through 20th in Argentina. The host city will be confirmed at a later date. Bang. Bahamas national team, basketball team, have another chance to qualify for the Olympics. We're going to be postseason, no interference.
Fellas come back and play, man.
DeAndre, what are the
DeAndre,
chances DeAndre
Eric
can come and
Gordon,
play with us, man?
Buddy Hield, but DeAndre is officially eliminated from the playoffs. Buddy's officially
Yeah,
Buddy's
Kai
been
didn't-
eliminated. Kai,
He didn't make it.
Yeah, Eric Gordon.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let's get in. Let's put on that aquamarine black and gold.
Man, look here. And you would be surprised just doing this show how many people I've met, mothers in particular, who said, look here, my son in Europe playing ball. My son in Asia playing ball. And I'm trying to make links with them. Only problem is the time zone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think some of them are in season, so they need their rest. They can't take any time off. I just get a little excited there. Let's go to this call and let's get back to that discussion. How our potential performance on the road to the Olympics. Caller, you on the clock.
Hello, Miss Greene.
Good morning.
Good morning, and to Mr. Sawyer.
Morning.
All right, Pop here.
Yes, sir.
Miss Greene, you don't mind if I say Happy Mother's Day to everyone listening around the
You
universe?
bet.
Oh please. Oh please.
Okay, Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Them hope they live to see many more and continue to do goodness. Mothers are very special. Thank God for them. Couldn't make it without them. Miss Greene,
Yes.
since Sawyer here, you know a lot about NBA.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned, it's Mother's Day. What's going on with the WNBA? They still doing things. And Sawyer, the question is, are there any mothers who are playing in the WNBA?
Of course, man.
I got up. Give me some names. Tell me who have some children. I got up and listen.
That's a good question.
But that's a good question. But the names escape me just because he asked him.
Yeah. Don't worry. Go
Just
look
'cause
them
he asked
up.
one shot.
And let me read this story from this week's Nassau Guardian.
Cheryl Swoops, Yolanda Griffith, Natalie Williams. So there are some others in the NBA.
Yeah, man.
Or were, Cheryl Swoops is a former player.
Yeah, absolutely. That is an interesting question because we've seen a lot of our track athletes challenge the stereotype that once you get pregnant, your career is
It's finished.
over, right? And we see, I think even Felix was her name.
Allyson Felix.
Yeah, she ran. I think she ran pregnant.
Just to show and prove you could do it.
Yeah,
Albeit it was before the end of the second trimester. Albeit.
yeah, which is very important.
Very important.
I mean, yes, very important.
Very important because ain't no way you're running.
Listen, I'm going to ask my mother
the
just
baby
now
didn't drop.
if she was a track athlete because I feel like I may have been bounced on with my head a little bit. Anyway, this is a great story. Jones, Liberty get their preseason underway this week for the first time in a professional career in the Women's National Basketball Association. Bahamian Jonquel J.J. Jones will not be donned in the Connecticut Sun uniform, but rather a New York Liberty Seafoam green kit. Jones and her teammates will hit the court for the first time when they take on, they hit the courts for the first time when they took on the Mohegans. Who did they take on? The Suns. Oh, she had to play her own team.
Mm-hmm.
John Quell, I hope you dunk on them. I mean, we may have heard the news, but I hope you hate their feelings. Because that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do.
That's it.
It.
You've been
And that's
traded.
all.
You got to come in and show them, I love y'all, and because I love y'all, I'm going to play y'all my hardest.
Y'all can get this work.
Yes.
Y'all can get this work.
Awesome. Okay, another text. The text said women should pay a penalty for playing pregnant because that's child abuse.
Oh,
Man, look here.
Hey. See, now that text is looking for jokes now.
See, look here. When I was watching this interesting story, and a question was raised: do sports skills are they passed on through genetics? Like LeBron's son, Bronny in the league, highest paid something, and hadn't played a game yet, hadn't stepped on the court.
Yeah, man. He committed to USC last week.
Right. I know he has a track record. We see him playing. He's out there, and so we could see what he could do. But that's a lot of confidence in somebody who hadn't stepped on the court to play at that level yet, right? Do people really believe that these skills are passed on through your DNA?
No, it's marketing.
That's all it is.
It's all marketing. LeBron is going to play another 2 years in the NBA. Book it. He's going to be 40 years old playing ball in the NBA for one reason and one reason only. He's going to play with his son on the same team as his son. That's why he keep on signing 1 year contracts, 2 year contracts,
Because he
player
don't know
option.
it, he want to be available.
Whenever his son is drafted to the NBA, you could bookmark it. There's going to be 2 Jameses on one team. That I can guarantee.
That's a big, risky move to make.
That's a guarantee.
What the boy name is who ain't gonna never play basketball ever again in life?
Was
it Brooks?
Dylan Brooks, yeah.
Yeah. That's you. That's potentially a Brooks. You playing right there.
If like the Rockets happen to be in the cellar right now in the NBA,
They may
happen to
take
be one of
Brooks,
the worst teams.
Yeah.
If they take Bronny James, LeBron James is
he's
going to
going
be a
there.
Houston Rocket.
Okay.
I just letting you know.
How you feel about that? Is that nepotism?
No, it's going to be epic. Like it has never happened. It's happened in baseball. You know, Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr. and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's never happened in basketball because the time frame to play ball
Right.
is so small. And the window to play ball is, because in baseball, you just go there, hit the ball, stand up in the field, catch the ball,
Yeah,
throw the ball.
LeBron hit professional basketball at what, 17?
17.
Absolutely. Look, here, we go into the break.
Yeah.
Let's go, because I believe Arlington don't pull for no team we pull for. That's why he started the music just now.
Yeah, man, he's a 49er.
Oh, he on your side.
Big team. Big team.
Anyway, sucks teats. Dear audience, we will be right back. It's Sports Friday with Eric Sawyer. We're getting into the news. When we get back, we talk just a little bit more about the Bahamas' chance to qualify for the Olympics. Basketball, men's national team. We'll be right back.
Always on the go? Missed the show? You can now listen to Guardian Radio talk shows anytime, anywhere on Spotify and YouTube by searching Guardian Radio 96.9 FM or by entering the name of your favorite show. You can also listen by logging on to GuardianTalkRadio.com and clicking on the podcast tab. Guardian Radio, continuing to provide you with fresh news and smart talk anywhere, anytime, all day.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
The new Guardian Radio app is here. Listen live to all our Guardian Radio shows and live video stream select programs in our studio. Get information about Guardian Radio shows and our hosts. Send messages including text, email, and even call. All from our amazing new Guardian Radio app. Download it free today in your App Store for your Apple device or Play Store for your Android device. The all-new and improved Guardian Radio app.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Rap payback! Ooh. Ow! Woo! Good man!
Good morning and welcome back. I think that's the Payback by James Brown. I asked the producer to play that. I just remembered. Mr. Soy, I got my 2 good foots back.
I see you here not limping, man. Way to go, girl.
And I want to say to whoever caused me to break my foot right before Carifta, right before the Nationals,
Cause you all kind of gold
right
medals,
before
man.
the preschool track and field championships.
Cause you all kind of
Money, because I was competing and I was going.
Oh, every single race.
Every single one, even the mother's race.
Yes.
Where I was going to adopt a child.
Right quick.
I telling you, and so I'm back.
Get ready to go.
Right in time for school to close and no more competitions.
Okay, listen, the Bahamas games though.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I had this little concern, right?
Oh.
But most of all, because the efforts of the people, they working hard to pull this thing together, man. They gotta be a success.
I've seen the commercials. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, you seen the commercials?
Yeah,
Awesome.
man. That's gonna be great. Got people representing each island and
See, this
and
is
islands
it.
have names and
Right, they're
man.
supposed to have team names, they're supposed to have mascots, they're
Yeah,
supposed to have logos,
Yeah, man, it's coming together.
and they're supposed to have a team song.
It's coming
right?
together. They got all kind of music out for that.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I can send you the clip. I can send you the
Absolutely.
clip.
And producer, let's try collect as many of the songs associated with the Bahama Games teams. We got to play them. People got to hear them. See, because a lot of people are sort of disconnected from their island, which means that they sort of disconnected from the team. We got to help people who've been forced to migrate to New Providence, may have been displaced because of storms, economic conditions, resettling. They want to be home. They can't be home.
Right.
But they could still connect. Like, I ain't
Still
mad at you.
support.
You in Nassau, but you on Team Andres. That's your job.
That's your job, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and do well for Team Andres.
And we need
If
merchandising.
you do well, we do well. As a country.
A quick text here. Lady Green, Chickchani Queen, and Brother Sports saw here. Andre Athan's basketball setback fiasco called for drastic measures. Oh, DeAndre. Yeah, Aiden. We need ASAP. Send DeAndre to Coral Harbor Defense Force Base for some serious breakdown and build up discipline. After we have Andre in the right discipline mindset, then we work on tweaking and enhancing all of his basketball skills. Plus, get him to capitalize and dominate on that free throw, like you said.
Yeah.
No more deep play in video games until he leaves the NBA as a player. He needs to put in a bit of some Kobe kind of practice sessions. Again, I say
Well, that's
before we...
insanity, man. That was insanity.
Yeah, before we do this, we must send DeAndre down to the Defense Force for some urgent man-up mental discipline intervention. The Texas say I'm serious about that, right? And I think it's a good assessment. And we're not, it's not,
Yeah, but we ain't knocking you.
and we're not dismissing mental health issues. That's
No.
what we're talking about. We realizing that the guy has the physical
Attributes.
right, but it's obvious that he's not connecting psychologically
Correct.
with what he has the capacity to
do.
do. Or maybe he can't figure out how to bring it out of himself.
You're right.
And so in this particular instance, we could turn to like the Admiral.
David Robinson, he was raised in a military home. So was Shaq,
Yeah.
believe it or not.
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan.
From either St.
U.S.
Vincent
Virgin
or
Islands.
St.
The
U.S. Virgin Islands, right? Where all the tall boy them come from. From the break, you could see that Caribbean parent discipline in this.
And he was Mr.
play.
Fundamental,
Yeah.
still known as the best power forward in NBA history. Going out there, doing his job, going home. That's it.
no
Never caught
fanfare.
up in nothing.
Yeah. And that's what, if we are going to be serious about producing basketball players, we have to create an environment, not just where they could play on the court and
Man,
learn
you
those
only
things.
got 10 years. Come on, man.
Right, but that psychologically
Yeah,
that they
man.
could get those elements. What you think Steph Curry be talking about?
Steph Curry goes out there on the basketball court after the game. You know.
Yeah.
Him and Buddy Hield, them, Klay Thompson, them, they go out after the game. After they finish playing ball, you know.
Yeah.
They got a day off in between games or whatever, regular season. Go out there and throw up another 500 3-pointers, you know.
Right, this is what I'm saying.
After the game, you know.
300 guaranteed 300 3-pointers a day is not even practice.
No, that's
just after
warm up.
practice.
Yeah, that's just
Or
that's
before
warm
practice.
down, warm down, whatever you want to call it. They can throw up 300 of them.
And so when you begin to see that culture in your country, right? in the Bahamas, if we want to host international tournaments, we will provide the facilities for athletes to do all of these things. Not just play the game, but recover post-game, prepare pre-game.
Oh, the recovery is key.
All of these things are an essential part of building a sports.
Good morning to CG Atlantic, by the way. CG Atlantic is indeed listening. Good morning to Big Doobs from 100 Jams. Big Doobs is a big follower of yours.
Good morning. Good morning.
He's a big
Blessings.
follower of yours. A big follower.
Blessings. I wish I could actually be an athlete so we could really have some fans. But listen, just as we close out the show, right? The text says this is some serious toxic masculinity. Do y'all tell women to put on more makeup to be more women? Why y'all telling men to do work and man up? What we are telling DeAndre Ayton
is that he's in the best possible place that he could be in. Right now, he is doing it.
And in this physical realm, what we're asking in the sport, it's all about physicality and headspace, but we're asking him in that physical space to realize his capacity, his potential, and then live up to it.
That's all we're asking him to do.
It is a physical attribute that we're asking him to
7 feet tall and 260 pounds.
And
70 pounds.
He plays like he's afraid of his own body.
And he plays like he's 5'2" at times. Like
That's not like telling a woman, oh, you have to put on makeup to go and do the job properly. It's not the same thing, Texter. And I think you diminish women, you diminish men when you suggest that. If you tell me that...
We ain't saying that he's not a great player. We saying he could be better.
Right. If you tell me Mr. Sawyer calling the Cowboys the Cowgirls is misogynistic, I can say to you, you know what? You are not being ridiculous in that commentary, but I appreciate the space that we're in, and Mr. Sawyer also allows me to chastise him about it. And he allows me to say, hey, people can get offended that you calling them cowgirls. He doesn't say, I don't care, this is, y'all soft women don't want. Dexter be easy.
Yeah, man. I'm like, come on, man. Come on. Like, he's a great player, and he could be better.
But he is not playing, and he's
not playing up to his potential. That's all we're trying to say. Get out of the video games.
And I made a point. If you directed it to me, I made a point that if you look at the picture of him, he still look like he have his young boy face on.
Yeah, he's not engaged.
Doesn't look like he's not engaged into the adult DeAndre. And you see that all the time with little children. Some little children, they 7 and they have the old man. You ever meet a child? I went to summer camp with a girl. She was like 12 and she had her Grammy face already. I knew that whoever, she could be a serious woman when she grew up. 7 and she had on her Grammy face already. And then some of us don't mature into our adult features until late in our adulthood. Man, Dexter.
No, man. No, we ain't trying to put nobody down. I promise you we ain't trying to put nobody down.
Yeah, man. Easy. I can call it out when it's misogyny. I can call it out. Dear Bahamas national basketball team.
Get DeAndre, get Buddy, get Kai, get Eric Gordon. Come on, man. Let's make a real push.
Yeah, let's do it.
Make a real push. Man.
And I know I critiqued early in the year, I critiqued this decision to not fund the women's basketball team because you needed to pay bills for the men's basketball team. I was very upset about that because the women had qualified to go. They did, right? This was a part of the process. They won games, and so now they were entitled to play more games.
Right.
And they couldn't play those games because there was no funding. And I'm still upset about that. I'm not upset that you paid the men's bills.
Right, you just upset that
there was no funding for the women.
Bills.
Right?
You just said you don't want to pay the women's bills, and the women, for all intents and purposes, had a better record. Had a greater potential to go further.
Yeah, then you support them. I see the men are still in it, and we for that.
Yeah, always.
Right? The key is find the money to pay for the people to play. No more prioritizing, got to put the men over the women.
Yeah, find the middle ground.
You got a women's team, you know they qualified, find the money. We ain't going to tear one down for the other.
Make both men and women pay for the tickets, and you all pay for the hotel room. You know?
Producer, play that song again for me. The Payback. You reminded me Bahama Games.
Yeah, man.
Hawking have to be on the list of sports.
By the way, the
Yes, sir.
NFL season,
Has begun.
the schedule is out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the schedule.
I
is
mean,
out.
it's begun. The talks has started.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
talking has
schedule.
begun.
Yeah.
And all I first things first, what I have to do is I have to figure out where Mike Strawn, that's our guy,
Yeah, the Colts.
Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah,
I got to
the
figure
Colts
out
ain't
what's
playing
going on.
one game on Monday Night Football. They ain't playing one.
Oh boy, I hope this is not a omen for the
Yeah.
rest of their season. Anyway, once Mike Strawn ain't playing with them, I'd be okay with that. But I want to know: is he still on the field? Is he still signed with the Colts? Are we going to see him in heavy action this season?
They even playing on Monday Night Football. Wow.
I mean, they didn't perform very well. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
Sunday night game. Do they even have a Thursday night game?
Ooh.
Ooh. Well,
That's
this
okay.
is rough.
Yeah, no, they didn't perform very well at all. We expect this.
If you are indeed a Mike Strawn fan, you can need an NFL Sunday ticket because he ain't gonna be on none of the local. He ain't be none of the national games televised on TV.
Mike, see why you got to perform so we could see you. Anyway, we're all out of time, Mr. Sawyer. Thank you for joining me today. For the
Always.
texter, hey, thank you for the interrogation,
Yeah,
thank
man.
You for
Yeah, man. Keep us sharp.
for the
Iron sharpen
observation.
iron.
But, you're talking sports, it's a little leeway. And we wasn't dissing your boy, nor were we being misogynistic.
I think that texter need to come see me when I off there and see how
Oh, no, no,
he's
no, no,
getting
no,
loud
no.
about
We
sports.
we can't do a remote on this show. No, we can't do a remote on this show. Anyway, I'm so sorry, caller. We gots to go. We're all out of time. Have a great day, Bahamas.
Have a great day. Happy Mother's Day.
Yes, happy Mother's Day.
Took my money.